we don't have moral value. We're just trying to spoil or destroy our moral value. Okay, now we have another one. The function is to engage in wrongdoing with a sense of modesty. So that means this also, right? Yeah, we say we just encourage or doing something wrong. Okay, one more thing here. We have many valuable things in our life. We have many valuable qualities in our life. Morality is one of the valuable things. Then if we just do wrongdoing, right? We don't respect our value, then this is spoiling our future. Okay, we have to move to the next one. Manifestation is not hesitating to commit evil deeds. You can also imagine that one. So when we are going to do something wrong in the very beginning, the first time, we hesitate to do. After many times doing, we become very familiar. No more hesitation. This is the nature. So when we have moral shameless, we become very familiar with doing unwholesome things. Like for example, I have met many people. They are cheating. Wherever they go, they cheat people. They're trying to get profit. Many people also believe that. Then they offer a lot. Finally, people find they are wrong. Even many people talk ill of him or her. They keep doing the same things. Even they don't move, they don't go to another place, the same place. They dare live, doing the same things to many people. That means they don't feel shame. So this is the nature of moral shameless manifestation, right? Then we have the last one. The problematic cause is disrespect for oneself. Be careful with that one. We don't have moral shame. At the same time, we don't respect ourselves. Not respecting ourselves is the cause of moral shameless. Actually, maybe a few years ago, I have a little bit strange questionnaire. One of the questionnaire, right, in the Dhamma Talk. When I talk about respect for oneself, I also say, you have your own value. You must respect your own value. You have potentiality. Respect your potentiality. Then they say, he asks, if we don't have potentiality, if we don't have any value, how do we respect? This is also one of the questions. So here we have many other conditions. For example, if we do something wrong, it will affect our parents, our relatives. Right? If we do something wrong, for example, if many people complain about U Kovida, me, right? My parents will not feel happy. If people are talking ill of me, my parents will not be happy. Similarly, if any of you are doing something wrong and people will complain about it, your parents will not feel happy. Not only that, relatives. some relative loves us, right? Then when hearing ill of us, they cannot feel happy. So if we don't have value or potentiality, okay, respect our parents, our relatives, our beloved one. So we talk about Grihasita Pema, right? Family love. When one of our family members suffer, we all have to suffer. When one of our family members have very great success, we also feel happy. So that means if we say family life, we feel happy together, we feel sorry together. This is the nature of family life. So by doing something wrong, it will make our family, our relatives unhappy or uncomfortable. Respect them. Respect their happiness. Happiness is one of the value, right? If we respect happiness, sure, we must not do many things wrong. Then sometimes we also have to think about our age. When we are young or when we are little kids, of course we can do many mistakes. People will forgive. Oh, okay, lack of knowledge, innocence. He didn't know, she didn't know, okay. And we may feel easy. We may not say it's something bad. When we grow older, we must be mature enough in the community. We are very old by Chinese behavior, right? If we don't feel shame, this is not acceptable for the community. Okay, the main thing is respecting ourselves or self-respect. This means we also have to respect our age. Not only that, our knowledge, our education, our standards. Sometimes people say, I'm a high standard. Right? They think they are high standard naturally. Many people also say, I'm a special person. Right? I don't know what's really called special. I don't feel I'm a special. Right? That means they don't know thumbs up actually. Of course, everybody is special for their life. Right? I'm a special, but they don't respect their value. How do they become special? So high standard or high ranking means we must respect our value, our potentiality, our wisdom, our knowledge, our education. This is called respect. Then we also have one Pali word, Sura Bhava, bravery. So that means we have power. If we are brave, we have power, right? So we must respect our bravery. How we become brave? I've already mentioned. If we have right efforts, we become brave. If we have wrong efforts, we become cowards. Naturally, no doubt. So sometimes people think they are brave, but they cannot face many difficulties. Physically, they will be strong enough. Mentally, they are very weak. Okay, the main thing is, if we have self-respect, we will have moral shame. If we don't respect ourselves, no more moral shame. Actually, we have the English word, right? Moral shame. That kind of shame will produce morality. If we don't have that kind of shame, no more moral, no more moral value. So we have to understand shameful things are unacceptable. All the shameful action, shameful speech, all of them are unacceptable in the community. It's not what we make our standard. It's just made by community standard. Although we live in normal community, if we don't respect our own value, nobody will respect us. Sometimes we want to search for people respect, but we don't respect ourselves. Don't expect anything. We cannot expect any respect from anybody. Right? So that means the main thing is that self-respect is important to be moral. Ahirika, so we don't have moral shape. That's why we don't have moral value. Okay, now we have to move the next one. The characteristics of Anuttapa is the absence of dread in committing immoral acts. Yeah, in Bali we call Anuttapa, moral dread, moral fearlessness. So that means when we are going to do something wrong, we don't feel fear. We are not afraid of doing something wrong. We don't scare to do something wrong. So when we have some disgusting thing on the way, if we see something disgusting on the way, we avoid. We are afraid or we scare. But when we are doing something wrong, if we don't scare, if we are not afraid, that is Anuttapa, moral fearlessness. Okay, now we have to move the next one. The function is to act unethically without concern for consequences. So that means we don't think about any consequences that will happen. Right? You also mentioned unethically. Unethically, this one, right? We don't have ethic, but we do it. This kind of thing is called moral fearlessness. Right? So if we have ethic, we have to follow, right? Ethic means we have to follow rule and regulation. Boundary. We don't have boundary. We don't have limitation. We mostly now modern government, this is kind of one of the problem. They say freedom, independent. But sometimes they have freedom to start other people. They don't know it. Right? We have freedom, but we must not disturb other people by holding our freedom. There will be some consequences. I have known one proverb, right? We can stretch out our hand, right? As long as we don't touch other people's nose. Right? We can stretch out our hand, right? But don't touch other people's nose. If we touch, this is breaking. This is like breaking boundary. Right? So this is the nature of moral fearlessness. So with no boundary, we stretch out our hand freely. Actually, we have to accept consequences, right? If we touch other people's nose, we have to accept consequences. We don't know how they will respond. Okay, now we have to move the next one. The manifestation is a lack of hesitation in wrongdoing. Again here, no hesitation, no scary. Okay, now a few more. The primary cause is disrespect for other. So we live in the community. If we don't respect other people, they will not respect us also. So that means we must also understand other people's value. We must also recognize other people's value. Then there are many qualities we have to respect. Okay, for example, we talk about respect the Buddha. But also not ourselves, right? This outside. Not ourselves. So sometimes we name ourselves as a Buddhist. We don't follow Buddha's teaching, Buddhist principle, rule and regulation. That means so-called Buddhist, not really Buddhist, right? This is respecting other, not from ourselves, outside. Okay, not only that, we also have our community. We also have to respect our community value. So I have met many people in the monastery. For example, like in our community, we don't wear any like inner clothes, like similar to jacket or something, right? We don't wear, even in cold weather, we just use our double robes, that's normal inner clothes. But I have met some people, they come to Pao, they wear that kind of things. When I see, okay, don't do it. They say, nobody told me. I don't understand why they say that kind of words. Nobody tell you, but nobody is doing this. Right? Nobody is doing this. Why you are doing something strange to community? Some cases we don't need to say, if the community didn't do, don't do it. It's very clear. So sometimes even like a Pinda Bada, like when we are going for Pinda Bada also, right? There are many people, they behave very, very bad. Okay, now I will say some practical event. Now here also you also offer banana, right? Luckily your banana is already cut, no problem. Already cut, right? You also offer many other fruits, already cut. You know, there are some people, when they go for Pinda Bada, we have buffet, here also we have buffet, right? Then they check banana, you know, they just see, smell, everything, take very long time to take one banana, choosing. It's not in the market. This is Pinda Bada. Even they don't know how to respect other people in the Pinda Bada, right? Why we have to spend very long time for one banana? Right? Choosing, you know, like in the market. Of course, in the market you have to buy something. You have to pay money. You can choose. This is your right. Right? In the Pinda Bada, this is offered by other people. It's not your money. As long as something acceptable, okay, do it, take it. Why you choose the best quality in the Pinda Bada? Right? We have that kind of condition in the community. It doesn't mean all the people. Some people, they have that kind of bad behavior. So, from my point of view, if I don't take good quality, okay, next one we can take good quality. Right? This means we have to favor other people out of respect. If we can take, for example, okay, we have order, all right? Put everything in order, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, take 1. Second one will come, take 2. The third one will come, take 3. Easy. We don't need to wait very long time. Long queue, waiting very many minutes, many seconds, right? This is not really very good. Okay, the main thing is we have to respect our community. We also have to respect other people's favor, opportunity, potentiality. We don't know what will happen in the future, right? Then I remember one event that happened in Mandalay, long times ago, the last dynasty in Myanmar, at the time of Komong dynasty. One monastery is the burning, then we have fire, catch fire, then the awards. He didn't take any, he just take 2 small samrita, no? Put it on his shoulder, he ran away. He didn't take any property. He just bring only 2 small samrita, you know, in his shoulder. Then many people ask, Sayadaw, why you don't bring many believers in this? The small samrita can run by themselves. Then Sayadaw replied, these 2 are more valuable. Because he has to teach this through small Samarira, you know? You know the value, he knows the value of the two Samarira. Later, the two Samarira become very famous Sayadaw in Myanmar. That means he respects the value of people more than his property. Right? So if we know how to respect people, this is also upgrading community value. Okay, the main thing is, respect for other means we have community, we have our family, we have our own religion, we have many other Dhamma friends. Okay, respect them. This is the nature of moral dread or moral fear. If you don't have that kind of respect, no more moral fear. If we don't have moral fear, then we will break many precepts. We don't scare to do wrong then. So okay, here we have two mental factors already, right? Moral shamelessness and moral fearlessness. Ahirikana and Notapa. These two are the primary cause of breaking precepts. This is also the primary cause of immoral. So that means in every single unwholesome consciousness, I already mentioned moha, also moral shamelessness, moral fearlessness. These will associate. So now we have the next one. The characteristics of uddhacca is mental instability or agitation, likened to the water disturbed by the wind. Okay, uddhacca, restlessness. This one also can associate with all types of unwholesome consciousnesses. Here also we have already mentioned the simile. Water disturbed by the wind. You can see surface of the lake. When it becomes windy, the water is not very stable. So similarly, our mind will not be very stable when we have uddhacca, restlessness. This is called instability, also agitation, restlessness. Then we have another one. The function is unsteadiness. Of course, this is also very clear, right? Instability and unsteadiness like almost synonym, right? The next one. The manifestation is wavering or turmoil in the mind. So that means it's spoiling the mind, right? So this is the nature of uddhacca, restlessness. Then finally we have the primary cause is unwise attention, ayunasamanasikara. So these four mental factors will arise together with all 12 types of unwholesome consciousnesses. Then we have already known or experienced what is really called restlessness in our meditation. We all have experience. Without experiencing restlessness, we cannot improve also. Right? We must handle how to overcome this restlessness. We must try to calm down our mind. We have to stabilize our mind to overcome restlessness. Okay, now we have to move the next groove. The characteristic of lobha is a grasping or attachment to objects. So we have already talked about chanda, desire. At the time, I have already given one example. Chanda is like stretching our hand out to get something. This is a chanda. If we grasp the property, it's a lobha, greed. Because desire can be good and bad both. But in the case of lobha, greed is not good things. It's unwholesome mental state. Then as ordinary people, you also have your own business, you have to earn for surviving. Of course, lobha is normal for everybody. It doesn't mean all the lobha are very bad. Sometimes, lobha will cause the problem. It will cause something unpleasant in our mind. Then this is bad already. Okay, one more thing here. We have many different degrees of lobha. Sometimes, although we are greedy, we can understand, we can also know the truth. This is something bad, although we are greedy. That means greed is under our control. Sometimes when we have too much greed or very strong greed, we cannot see the truth anymore. We cannot understand the reality. Then it becomes toxic. So sometimes we also say, greed also can make our eyes blind. Right? You may have, English proverb, love is blind. Right? If love makes you blind, this is very serious. You can love anybody, anything, you must see the truth. If blind, it's risky. So sometimes, lobha makes us blind. When it makes blind, it's really serious. Then that kind of thing is really toxic. Then it will spoil our life. In our community, you may have seen many people, they follow their attachment. They follow their attachment. Finally, they have bad reputation. Nobody respects. No more moral value. Although they think themselves good, great or something, nobody thinks they are great or good or anything. So that means lobha also can make people blind. As long as lobha is under our control, okay. This is acceptable lobha. Without lobha, you cannot earn money. You cannot survive. It should be acceptable lobha. Don't be so serious. Okay, lobha should be under your control. It should be right. Then again, the function is clinging or sticking to the object. Okay, here we should say sticking. It's like a glues. Right? Glue but stick, two different things, right? Some of the glues are very strong, like a super glues, very strong. Right? Sometimes we also use glues for pake. But it's very strong glue. We can stick two wood together. Right? After sticking, we cannot do anything. So this is lobha is like a stickiness. Then we also like a grasping, holding something very seriously. Okay, you can also see many animals in Nepal. You may have seen a snake catching a frog. You may have seen the one. After catching the frog, right? Snake will never release. He was trying to catch. He will hold it. He was trying to swallow it. Right? This is very strong. This is the nature of lobha. Okay, you can also see practically, you also have sticky rice in Nepal, right? When you eat sticky rice with your own hand, in Nepal you use your hand, right, when eating. How do you feel it? I don't know how do you eat in Nepal. In Myanmar, when we are going to eat sticky rice, we use wine. You know, not water. We apply wine in our hand first. We just take sticky rice. This is how we eat. Because it was stick on the hand, right? Very long time. Otherwise we have to wash. Very difficult to wash also. This is the nature of lobha, the function, right? Then the manifestation is inability to let it go of object. Now many people say, let go, right? Let it go, or let it be, right? Very easy to say, but very difficult to do. How many times people told you, let it go, let it be, right? So sometimes I also have to say, right, let bygone be bygone. But although we say let bygone be bygone, not that easy, right? So this is the nature of lobha. If we have attachment to something, we cannot release easily. Good or bad, when we have attachment, we will go around there. We cannot go very far. Okay, practically, now you come from your home. How many times do you remember your house? Your home. Although you are very far from your home, at least 6 hours drive from here, right? Kathmandu. Although very far, your man go there. Right? Attachments are like this. Although very far, attachment can go. It can be very far, different country. Then attachment will go there. So that means we cannot let it go. This is the nature of lobha. Okay, finally we have the last part. The proximate cause is seeing enjoyment in the object of attachment. Actually, we can see something as a desirable. If we think that is a desirable, then it will cause lobha. For example, there are many desirable things. If we dislike, it will not produce any lobha. It cannot be the cause of lobha. If we think this is desirable or good things, nice things, we become greedy. Actually, there are many other conditions of lobha. As we have already mentioned, it must be a desirable object. It's very clear. Although it's a desirable object, our mind does not incline to it. It's not enjoyable. So in every single attachment, two of them must work together. The object must be desirable. Not that we also have attachment to it. We also think this is desirable. Then there will be attachment. It depends on how we feel also. Right? Then you may also have known some part of Buddha's Abhidhamma. For example, non-Buddhists, when they see Buddha statues, they may feel unhappy. Right? Buddha statue is not undesirable. It's desirable. The Buddha himself, he didn't disturb anybody. Right? He himself also didn't make any mistake. He didn't encourage anybody to do mistake. He himself didn't do anything wrong. He didn't encourage anybody to do wrong. Even that kind of person, his statues, right? Desirable then, but in their eyes, it can be undesirable. It depends on how we feel. Okay, so these are the nature of lobha. Then we also have many other explanations about lobha. You may have known sensual pleasure. They are also lobha. Sensual desire, lobha. Although we have sensual desire, if we don't have enjoyable things, we cannot do anything. Although we have many enjoyable sensual pleasure, we don't have sensual desire. It does not work. Two things work together. Sensual pleasure, or rather we must have sensual desire. Then, similarly, attachment to the life. We love ourselves too much sometimes, right? If we love ourselves too much, we will follow our desire too much. We cannot be moral. You can imagine one day how many good desire you have, how many bad desire you have. Can you recall? If somebody can see your desire, how shameful. If somebody can read our minds, how shameful. Right? We all have desire, good and bad desire. So these are the nature of lobha. You know, we dare not show what we desire. This is a shameful thing to the community, right? Although we may be honest or sincere, but nobody is 100% sincere or honest. When we contain anagami or arhat is possible, we will be 100% sincere. Right? For ordinary people, don't expect honesty too much. Right? Or that means I think, or people say, right? He's very stable, very calm. Right? He's very calm, very quiet. But his mind is as playful as a monkey. This is the life, right? We're going to change. Okay, now, next one. The characteristics of deity, we got the wrong view, right? Or the holding an incorrect understanding or misbelief. Sometimes we accept her as we believe. We're going to find the truth. We don't wish to understand the truth. So this is the nature of a deity. We call misbelief, right? Then we have another one. The function is misapprehension of reality. So misapprehension, we can also say misinterpretation, misunderstanding of reality. Actually, I have already mentioned many times, when we know something new, we try to understand it by imaginary. We imagine to understand it. Sometimes we just recall what we have learned before. How is it similar? How is it different? I myself, when I start knowing the English word, positive thinking, I thought, oh, is it like a Unwholesome manasikara? But later when I learn Unwholesome manasikara, it's different from your positive thinking also. Right? Anyway, sometimes it will be similar, not the same. So we must understand reality. If we don't understand reality, we can have wrong view. Okay, now, another one. The manifestation is distorted perspective. Here we should say distorted perspective, right? So here we say miccha binivesa. So we have maybe something a little bit serious, maybe something a little bit strange way of thinking, right? If we have many strange way of thinking, we have very strange way of understanding. Actually, when I read Santama book, then I can also understand, oh, the way they understand is a little bit strange to me. Sometimes the way they interpret is a little bit strange to me. Anyway, it depends on how we try to understand. There can be different perspective, different understanding. Some understanding will make us wrong view. It will produce wrong view. Okay, finally we have approximate cause is unwillingness to accept the truth or meet the noble ones. That means we don't want to accept the truth. That means we don't want to see, we don't see the noble one, the right person or good person. Okay, we also have to explain a few more things about wrong view. So whenever we talk about wrong view, there can be other reasons, other causes also. For example, listening. If we have to listen wrong information very long time, then we believe the wrong information as a right. We call in Bali parado gosa, voice of other people. How many people talk about it? Then who talk about it? If many people say the same thing in the community, we think this is right. Another thing is unwise attention. We can also say we are not wise enough to reflect or to analyze or to investigate. Then it will produce wrong view. I have already said many times about the same proverb. No, not proverb, I mean this is like a saying, right? I don't know who said this one. If you wish to kill a person, just put poison into his mouth. He will die in this very life. If you wish to kill many generations, put poison into their ear. Many generations will die. Like a brainwash. You know, you may have known brainwash, right? Many people brainwash. Whatever then people say the truth, they are not ready to accept. Sometimes they themselves hold that kind of wrong view. They don't want to change. Then it becomes very serious. So that is why one of the heavy karma, mighty karma is a persistent wrong view, unchangeable wrong view. They will insist they are wrong view. Then this is called mighty karma. If they cannot change, their future destinations, sure, they will be reborn in the hell. Okay, these are the nature of wrong view. Okay, we have the last part for today's Dhamma talk. The characteristic of mana is haughtiness or self-exaltation. Okay, here you can also know that one, right? We think we are very high-ranking. We are outsmart. How many times have you ever thought? I'm an outsmart. Right? I'm a special person in the community. Then sometimes I also have maybe wrong perception of that kind of people, right? That means if somebody says I'm a special person, I also see their appearance. Then what's special? Right? Maybe their hair is special. I mean, their foreheads are special maybe. Right? Very wide forehead, very narrow forehead, very high forehead. Right? Maybe they may say their appearance is something special. But one more thing here now, modern society, right? I don't know anything about modern cosmetic too much. But recently, right, I have to listen from many people about their life. Then one of the husband talk about his wife. Actually, his husband go for shopping. He had to follow his husband, right? He has to follow his wife. The wife collect many cosmetic. Even for the eyes, more than 20. Then eyelash, right? Or the fake one. I don't know how expensive it is, right? Actually, even for the eyes, they have many fake things. Also, many cosmetics. More than 20, you can also imagine, right? I think many ladies here, you may know more than me. Then I also realize, they are something special. Not only that, actually, they are using different cosmetic. Lately, I come to know, every single party or assembly or something, right? They change different cosmetic. Also, they change different uniform or dressing, or maybe, what about this one? Branded, right? Branded clothes or branded products. Then they may feel they are something special, right? But from my ear, I'm not interested in that kind of stylish people. I feel it's normal, right? So that means if all the people are doing the same things, it becomes normal, not special. In the case of Mahana, we think we are special. I'm special. I'm something above other people. Right? He also mentioned haughtiness or self-exaltation, right? Then again, the function is arrogance or overestimation of self-worth. You guys imagine here? Overestimating. I deserve more than that. I am worth more than that. When we have this kind of mindset, this is the mana. So how many times do you feel like this? Huh? Actually, sometimes, if we see somebody, okay, I will say something, a little bit more practical, right? I have my niece, she just finished high school. Then she also have her classmates. She came to my school, my monastery, for temporary ordination, and they also do kapiya for sometimes. Now, when we talk about actually I don't know many modern celebrity. I say, I have seen some small young girl. She is chanting some Pali very beautifully. The many people also admire her. She's very nice. And say, do you know that little girl? She says, yes, she's a celebrity. Then, what they say? Actually, she also failed grade 10. Saying to us, they just say the same to us, same to them. Only they just compare failure. They don't compare success. People have that kind of mindset, I also understand, they have that kind of problem. We are the same. We have the same failure. You can also compare yourself, right? We all are the same. We are failure. We're going to see nimitta. right? If you can see nimitta also, okay, we are failure, we are the same, we're going to attain jhana. Right? So that means we must not compare failure. This is also a kind of mana. You know? We just compare only failure. We don't see the success. Very bad mindset, right? Okay, now another one. The manifestation is a vaingloriousness or seeking recognition. Here with the Ketu Kamyata. Now modern communities are more risky in this kind of case. People are trying to have attention. They seek for attention in many different ways. They approach people, right? Then they also ask, right? They also say their account or their page or something, right? Can you follow me? Can you follow us? They have that kind of sharing, contact. Then even in the, okay, frequently, now I'm long time, I don't check my Facebook account too much. Previously, I have many, this one, follow request to their page and also their group like this, right? Some of them are Dhamma group, some of them are business group. Anyway, now long time I don't know check, I don't know how happy in my account now. So this is also the nature of people, right? They just want to get recognition, attention from the people. This is also a kind of mana. Okay, now the last one. The proximate cause is a comparison with other. So now how many times do you compare with other people? Oh, he can do very good, I cannot do very good. We feel inferior. There's also mana. He could also see the light, I can also see the light. We are equal. Mana. Right? He couldn't see the light, I can see the light. I'm better. Mana. We have three types of mana. Superior, equal, inferior. If we feel I'm superior, I'm better, this is the mana. We are the same, we are equal. Actually, we cannot be equal. Right? Actually, although we are doing the same things, it comes from our skill. We cannot be equal all the time. So we may say, I'm inferior, I cannot do like them. Right? Sometimes our mana also very serious. Okay, I'm poor, who care? Right? I cannot do that, who care? Right? Very toxic, right? Toxic mindset. So we have many traditional proverbs, right? All the birds are as beautiful as a vulture. You know vulture, right? So that means vulture is the ugliest bird. That's why we say all the birds are as beautiful as vulture. That means all the people are as good as you. Right? Then similarly, we can find this kind of rubbish in every bushes. This is also Myanmar proverb. You know rabbit, right? Long ear, right? Rabbit. So we can find this kind of rabbit in every bushes. That means everybody is as good as you. The same meaning, right? This is the nature of mana. So I have already given simile of mana before. That I will not explain too much in detail, although now time passed already, right? More than 1 hour. Anyway, so you may remember the simile of mana I have given before. A snake swallowing iron bar. So one snake is going to run very fast. Their body cannot be straight. Right? If their body is straight, they cannot run fast. Similarly, if we have mana, we have swallow an iron bar. We're gonna move very fast. If we have swallow very big iron bar, it's so heavy that we were stuck in one place without moving. This is the nature of mana. Okay? Mana also a kind of craziness, madness. When people are very arrogant and very stubborn, they will do many crazy things. This is the nature of mana. Okay, now I will stop here. Then may you all be able to practice 3 trainings, and may you all be able to realize final cessation and no suffering. Okay, now.
Sayadaw, there is question on Zoom. After the talk is finished, so I would like to ask Sayadaw, 2 weeks ago, Sayadaw have taught some of the bad impediments like Makkha, ingratitude, Maya, concealment of fault, Hamba, stubbornness, Palasa, rivalry, competitiveness. So these 4 kind of impediments, is there any relation with 14 akusala cetasika and 12 akusala citta?
Okay.
Thank you.
So when we talk about Maya and Sateya, right? But it's come from Loba. Okay, now practically we should say people hide their weakness. Right? Everybody has a dark side, They hide their weakness. For what? They want to profit more. Similarly, they also reveal non-existent quality. For what? Actually, they want to achieve something, they want to get something. That is why they are doing this kind of things. Okay? So Maya Sateya come from Loba. So for other Mekha, Palasa, and all other things you have list out, these are similar to Mana. Okay? Okay, now in the Dhamma Talk, I didn't talk about relationship between Loba, Ditthi, and Mana, right? For example, actually Loba and Ditthi can rise together. Loba and Mana can rise together. So Loba alone also can rise without Mana, without Ditthi. So that means whenever Mana arises, Loba also arises. Whenever Ditthi arises, Loba also arises. But it doesn't mean whenever Loba arises, Mana, Ditthi arise, right? Okay. Any question?
If a person believes and be confident in her understanding about Rupa Kammatthana and wish to practice this instead of other concentration objects, should she practice as she wishes, instead of anapanasati.
Okay, I don't know how you understand. That's why I dare not answer this kind of question directly also, right? So that means if you can do Rupa meditation, then surely you can also do samatha easily. Okay, one more thing here, right? Sometimes people also misunderstand. Vipassana is easier. Sometimes it's very difficult. They have that kind of understanding. I don't know why this happened. I also recognize some other tradition. Anyway, the main thing is, samatha is a very simple object. Vipassana is a very complicated object. Very complicated. So one more thing, right? If you follow just only one tradition, you can know only one way. If you have learned many traditions, you can know many ways. Okay, for example, I don't know how many times people ask this kind of question. Does Buddha mention to do some past life in the sutta? Any sutta? Can you prove? Right? Then, when they ask this kind of question, I didn't go very far. Okay, have you ever read Anatta Lakkhana Sutta? How the Buddha explained that there? Then Buddha also mentioned, right? Past, present, future. Internal, external. Near and far. Gross and subtle. Mention all the things in Anatta Lakkhana Sutta. Then this is the original sutta, right? Based on that, when we go and study in Bodhisattva from Kodaka Nikaya, right? We can also find similar statements. Then when we study Visuddhimagga, it will mention a little bit more easier way. Okay, for example, we have 11 categories, as I have already mentioned, right? Internal, external, present, past, future, all together we have 11. When we go back, Anatta Lakkhana Sutta, they are mentioned 5 aggregates. If you check, if you read Sutta thoroughly, you can know 5 aggregates mentioned in the Sutta. 5 aggregates multiplied by 11. So 55, right? Then, okay, just go back to Anatta Lakkhana Sutta. There, what I mentioned, anicca, dukkha, anatta. 3 contemplation. 55 multiplied by 3 again. 165, right? These are, we say basic insight knowledge. Mentioned in Anatta Lakkhana Sutta. So that means when we are going to discern 5 aggregates, method, there are 165 ways of contemplation. It's not that simple. It's just an example, right? Okay, there are many other different instructions to different meditators. For example, 12 base method. We say 12 base. Previously we just calculate 5 aggregate method, right? Okay, 12 base. Multiplied by 11 categories. Multiplied by 3 contemplation. Now we have 80 elements method. You can multiply the same. 11 category, 3 contemplations. So you can imagine how many ways of discernment. So that is why Vipassana is not that simple, right? So when you say you can discern Rupa discernment without doing other samatha subjects, okay, I don't know how you are practicing, that's why I cannot answer directly. If you can know Rupa clearly as guided in the Tipitaka, okay, acceptable. If you understand as you like, I don't guarantee, right? Okay then. Any other question?
Under Sayadaw, if she always think that the mana, thinking she is lower, and inferiority are the same. But according to Bhante's talk just now, it seems to be different. So may Bhante please guide her. What type of mental states is that when she has inferiority, the sense of inferiority, and how to overcome this sense of inferiority?
Inferior, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Sayadaw.
Okay. Inferior means, okay, one more thing, right? Inferior means you may have many comparison to other people. If you compare to other people, if you are not strong enough, you may feel inferior. This is normal, right? Okay, one more thing. There we have different conditions of achievement. Okay, for example, okay, I should compare with myself and do, or other people here, right? Okay, if we talk about Pali learning skill or anything, okay, I will be strongest in this community. But for other knowledges, different people have different skill, right? Okay, for example, the many lady here, they were very strong in the kitchen. If I go to the kitchen, I don't know how to cut vegetable. They are smarter than me, right? Okay, for meditation experience, of course I'm stronger than meditator here. Right? Then, okay, there are many other parts. Okay, we had many people here. Different people have different skill. Then some of the skill, they have very strong skill also in their life. So don't compare with other people's strongest skill. You also have to you also have to recall your own skill. Okay, I'm a failure in this kind of field. Okay, I'm successful in this kind of case. Okay, so that means when you are going to compare with other people, you also have to know the stronger point of yourself. You also have to know weakness of other people. It doesn't mean you have to find faults of other people, right? So that means since we are not Buddhas, we are not perfect. If we are perfect, we cannot be human being now, right?
Under Sayadaw. Sorry.
Okay.
Dạ, thưa Sayadaw, ví dụ như khi con thấy một người ta giết hại con vật nào đó thì bản thân con thấy gợi lên tâm thương xót, hoặc là khi thấy người ta đau ốm thì mình lo lắng, thì theo con nghĩ thì đó là cái tâm thiện, nhưng mà nó lại có đi kèm với các cảm thọ dosa như là thương xót hay là lo lắng, thì như vậy có thể sẽ không thật sự tốt đấy. Thì Sayadaw cho chúng con chỉ cho chúng con cách hiểu đúng để như lý tác ý, để có thể khởi lên được cái tâm thiện nó hợp với trí tuệ.
Sayadaw, when I see some animal being killed, I feel merciful. If I see somebody have sickness, I also feel worry, feel merciful for them. So I check and see that there are unpleasant feeling. It may be dosa within. So could Sayadaw please teach us how we should have the Yoniso Manasikara in those cases in order to improve our mind.
Okay. If somebody is sick, that's trying to bring a doctor or nurse to them. Right? If you're gonna have, this is the best way, right? Okay, one more thing here. Compassion, kindness. you can show your kindness by helping suffering living beings. But if you worry about them, it's not really very good then. Some of them are beyond your ability. Right? Since you are not a doctor, you cannot you cannot cure their sickness. Right? Okay. In this kind of case, it doesn't mean you must neglect them. Okay? You can help your best. Then you have to feel happiness for your action. This is Unwholesome Manasikara. You cannot hear? What? Okay. So that means compassion, right? Compassion means you can show your kindness by helping them. If some of the conditions are beyond your level, beyond your ability, in this kind of case, you cannot do anything, right? You must find somebody to help. After doing good things for suffering being, okay, you have to feel peace and happy. So that means, if you have done something good for them, something helpful for them, you can feel happy. Recall that one, feel happy. Don't try to recall what you cannot do. Right? Sometimes we just pressure ourselves unnecessarily. It's beyond our ability also. Okay?
Hiểu sao?
Okay, now? Okay, online question?
Vandami Sayadaw, why is that Ditti Cetasika and Mana Cetasika cannot arise together?
Very good question, right? Okay. Then you may know one simile. If two very powerful lions live together, they will fight for the space. Similarly, Mana also very strong, very gross. They also very strong, very gross. Two lions. They're going to live in the same cave. They don't want to share the space. They will fight for it. Okay? That means two powerful things cannot arise together. Now it's a different object. Ditthi is a misapprehension or misbelief or disbelief or wrong belief. Okay, mana comes from comparison, overestimating oneself, or underestimating other people, maybe, right? So it comes from comparison. Different objects, that's why they can arise together.
Zoom question, in Abhidhamma, the mind arises based on Harayawatu, but the science say that it is due to the brain because the brain is the central nervous system. So, according to the Buddhism, what is the role of the brain? Thank you, Sayadaw.
What's the role?
The role of the brain. What is the role, the function?
The role of the brain. Yes. Okay, role of the brain. Okay, you can also know 42 body parts. In the 42 body part is also mentioned brain, right? Actually, okay, one more thing, right? Also, we say something like or the heart base, right? It doesn't mean all the consciousness arise in the heart base. There are some consciousness, they can arise in other part of the body. For example, sensation. It can be any part of the body, right? Body consciousness can be anywhere. Eye consciousness can be in the eye, right? So, okay, in the case of the brain, then we can say only in the 42 body parts. We're going to say the role of the brain, right? Okay, that means we're going to say the role of the brain, right? Okay, any question?
Vandami Sayadaw. Sayadaw says that during the learning of Dhamma, we should not have these attitudes of doubts to learn. But in Theravada Buddhism, we all rely on Pali canon. But even that, there are various types of meditation methods. If we don't have these attitudes of doubts to learn, how to know which meditation method is the correct one?
Okay, so one more thing, right? In the case of meditation method, some methods are created by the teacher. Even inside knowledge, some inside knowledge are created by the teacher. We're going to find in Tipitaka. Okay, I should give one example of one meditation tradition, right? In their tradition, if you see bright light, it's Udayabhaya Jnana. Okay, when we go in and read Udayabhaya Jnana, okay, there will be some statement about impurity or impurity of inside knowledge, right? There's also the light. So that means as soon as we see the light, then we become high level already. Udayabhaya Jnana already. Okay, one more thing here. In the Udayabhaya Jnana, it also mentioned, okay, I should say according to Mahastipatthana Sutta, right? You may have known the Pali word Samudaya Dhamma Nubasi, Vaya Dhamma Nubasi, Samudaya Vaya Dhamma Nubasi. Actually, Samudaya Dhamma Nubasi also mentioned 25 different ways of discernment. Vaya Dhamma Nubasi also mentioned 25 different ways of discernment. Samudaya Vaya Dhamma Nubasi will be, you can understand, right? 15. This is explanation in the text. So in their inside knowledges, it doesn't mention all these methods. They just emphasize on seeing the light. Another thing is that in the impurity of inside knowledge, they also mention rapture, tranquility, equanimity, inside knowledge, very sharp inside knowledge, that kind of thing, right? Then when you will start experiencing very strong rapture, then they may say it's a Udayabhaya Jnana. This is one of the meditation tradition. They interpret inside knowledge according to their practice. I don't know many other tradition, but almost many of tradition are similar. Okay, if we summarize, in every single inside knowledge, there are a number of practice. I already mentioned 5 great methods, 165 methods, right? 65 ways, for example. Actually, in every single vipassana, there are ways to practice. We have to know how many ways. We have to follow all the ways. Okay, that's why if we are following Tipitaka, we don't need to argue anything about meditation tradition. If we are going to create a new tradition, if we just try to interpret our experience as inside knowledge, there will be argument. Okay? So that is why you can have doubt about meditation, but you cannot have doubt about meditation tradition in Buddha teaching. Okay, now, any other thing? Too much, right? Okay, we can share merit now, right?
分享功德
Huh? No more, right? Many questions. Okay, then. Many questions mean in Chinese or in English? Chinese action. Okay. Okay, Chinese question.
Sayadaw, this question is a bit funny. Okay, I try to translate. Her neighbor have cats, and the cats try to occupy their territory by doing marking, by using their urine and feces. So how to do in order to prevent the cats doing that? By chanting what type of sutta can prevent that?
It's not a sutta, right? You must make some action, right? This kind of thing is not poison, right? It's not a separate, just a cat, okay? Just prevent bodily by using some method, by making fans or something, right? Okay, then. Next question. Okay, any question? No more? No more? Okay, now we will share merit, right? Yatavadaja amehi Sambadam punya sambadam Sabbe deva numodandu Sabbe buddha numodandu Sabbe saddha numodandu Sabba sambati siriya Idame nyadinam hodu Sukhita hondu nyadayo Idame nyadinam hodu Sukhita hondu nyadayo Idame nyadinam hodu Sukhita hondu nyadayo Idame bunyam Asawakaya Oham hodu Idame bunyam Nibbanasa Bhajayo Hodu Mama Bunya Bhagam Sabba Satanam Bhajemi De Sabbe Me Samam Bunya Bhagam Lavandu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu